Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all well. So in this video we are going to be reviewing Single White Female, which is the classic 90s movie that took this psychological thriller movie genre by storm by really exploring and examining how your entire life can be flipped upside down by the simple action of letting someone into your life. Now, even though this movie was made over nearly 30 years ago, it's still able to hold its own and make you feel really uncomfortable and put a chill down your spine from a simple action and event that everyone can relate to, which is letting someone into your home. So let's explore how this gets unraveled in this movie review for Single White Female. So the movie starts off by introducing us to the character of Ali, who seemingly can't catch a break because she finds out that her fiancé has slept with his ex-wife. She gets manipulated into selling her innovative business invention for a very low cost and ends up choosing a roommate who is mentally unhinged. Now this is where the movie takes a life of its own, as roommate Hedy becomes absolutely obsessed with the character of Ali and begins to seemingly destroy every single aspect of Ali's life. The film sets everything up relatively quickly and then becomes a bit of an intense thriller, and this is a really strong aspect of the movie actually, because it's one dramatic moment after the other. So not only is it able to maintain the suspense throughout the movie, it's able to keep you on the edge of your seat throughout the film as well. So from a story narrative point of view, the movie is pretty strong. So the cast of this movie are relatively small, and that is actually a really good thing because it just means that there is a lot more space for character development and character growth, and ultimately it just means that you have a lot more sympathy for these characters when Psycho Hedy is on the loose. The main lead in this film is Ali, who is played by Bridget Fonda, and she's an excellent lead character actually. She's really likeable and you're really rooting for her, and similarly you're just finding yourself feeling a lot of sympathy for this character for all of the crazy situations that she finds herself in. Hedy is an unassuming and creepy lead villain that is really terrifying because she is in Ali's personal space and is suffocating and destroying her world from the inside out. And like I said, it's really terrifying because this could literally happen to anyone, and she's a really real villain. It's not like, you know, a very superpower based villain. She's a very real villain that is inside Ali's life, inside her personal space, has access to all of her friends, family, her work, all of these different situations that she is able to kind of push herself into and really turn Ali's life and world upside down with terrifying consequences. From a visuals point of view, this movie is very basic. You can tell that it's a 90s movie from the aesthetic and basic technology, and you can tell that we've actually come a very long way since this movie was released. But actually, that's another dimension that makes this movie really interesting, as you can't very easily send a text message or call someone from your mobile phone to get them to come to your rescue, because actually the only real way to communicate with people is either through email or from a house telephone, which obviously the villain of the film can easily remove, which means you are totally cut off from any ability to access any other person. So the only real thing that you have in order to save your life is your brain and your wit. So from that point of view, this movie is very compelling. In terms of comparisons, it's really interesting actually, as this movie has really spawned off and inspired a lot of copycat movies since its initial debut. But in terms of proper comparisons, there is an official sequel, Single White Female 2, The Psycho, and the pseudo sequel, The Roommate. And this movie is definitely a lot better than they both are, both in terms of tone, characters, and storyline narrative. So from a comparative point of view, this movie is definitely the strongest. Overall, I really enjoyed Single White Female. I thought it was a great movie that had a lot of creepy, terrifying, and shocking moments in there. And I really liked how it literally was just keeping you on the edge of your seat by really having one intense scene after the other, and just paced its way through the entire film relatively quickly instead of being really boring and drawn out. So I thought it was a great movie that even started off its own catchphrase, and so for all of those reasons I'm going to give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise I look forward to seeing you in my next video.